Right, just checking where I am, and hopefully on the computer, so I can acknowledge you if you're here. Just turn off my noise so I don't get a rebuff of my talking. Right, here we go. Well, my name's Babsy. I come from a little village called Deanshanger in Northamptonshire here in the UK. You haven't seen me for the past week because I've been having a lovely break in Suffolk, and I'm really pleased to be back and sharing with you my love of craft. So, Monday Madness. Yes, it is a bit mad, isn't it? Having Christmas in the middle of July. Well, almost to the end of July now. But I thought we might do something really simple and easy. My Sip to Slurps cards, which is something stamping and paper, which is a sips part, and slurps, which is everything else. Stamps, layers, papers, inks, ribbon, you name it, we can put on it. Sequins, embellishments, embossing, lots and lots of things. So it just means stepping up the card, and that's what we're going to do today. And the one that we're going to use is this Joyful Holly, and it's from the new mini catalogue that goes from August to December, and it's got lots of lovely Christmassy stamps in it. This one is quite inexpensive. It's £16, but there's an awful lot you can do with it. It's 3-step stamping, so you can stamp the outside and use that just as it is, or you can sit and colour it in if you wanted to. But they do have the ivy fill-in, and then they have the berries here as well. So it's 3 steps to stamp the whole image. But as I said, you can use each of these individually. This would make just a lovely background if you just stamp it, just the outline. And likewise, the fill-in, you can just use that just as a background and make your own paper with that. But we're not going to do that today. I'll just put that aside, and you can see here I've put the smallest ivy outline here, and the fill-in and the dots, and that's my sentiment. This is my card base, which is just a piece of Whisper White, thick cardstock cut in half. So if you can imagine 2 cards, one on top of the other, that's your A4 sheet. Cut it in half at 5 7/8, and then score at 4 1/8, and that gives you your card base. And that's what we're going to do today. It's just a simple card, ink, and here's your ink and your stamps. So it's just a simple card today. And hopefully, if we get time, we can stamp it. We can stamp it up. We can step it up is the one. I can see a couple of people have joined me. So hello, Carol, and hello, Kim. Lovely to see you. So the idea of this is just to have it flowing around the edge of the card. So I'll take this just down a little bit. Have the card central. It doesn't really matter where it goes, but somewhere like that, and just hold it there for a second while the ink gets to the paper, and that's a lovely crisp image. And we'll do the same the other side, so you've got 2 images on your card. If you're going to do this in lots of cards, you can actually set this up on the Stamparatus, and because the Stamparatus has got many platforms, you could put the outline on one, the fill-in on the back of the other, and the cherries on another. So it would be quite easy to set that up, and you could just go do multiples of cards all at once. But we're not going to do that either today. Talking about a lot of things we're not doing. Let's get on with what we are doing. So that's the basis of the card. So just clean the stamp. And then the fill-in, I am going to... Oh, sorry, I should have said it. I've done that just in a basic garden green. It's just a basic green. But I have tried it in shaded spruce, which looks absolutely stunning. But I chose the garden green today. So this is a fill-in. So I've just got to hold the block just carefully while I get the outline. Of course, you can see straight through the photopolymer stamps and get the outline, get the infill right over the outline and get a nice layer. So again, just holding that down so the ink adheres to the card. Well, it's almost right, it's not quite right. But yeah, it's fine, it'll do. Let's see if I can do better on this one. When I practiced it, I got it absolutely A1 and I was so thrilled. There we go, and that one's down as well. But it really doesn't matter, it's quite a forgiving stamp. There we go. So there's your holly. We're going to have a go at doing the berries now. I see a couple more people have joined. So hello Jenny, that's lovely of you to pop in. Thank you very much. It's on your wish list, is it, Jenny? I've had a couple of goes with it now, and I'm getting a little bit used to it. You just have to have a little bit of steady hand, and I don't know whether you saw me holding it over. I actually have to have both hands on mine because I have a tremor in my left hand, so I have to guide both of them down. You'll see that again when we use the red one. Right, so we're just going to do the berries now. So that's just in the real red. So you've got 2 berries on one side and a single berry on the other. So again, you just need to line them up. Now I found it easier lining the single berry up and then lining the other 3. When I first tried to do it, I thought, oh, it would be easy. I'll just line up the 3 and then the 1 will be right in the middle. No, it wasn't. It was way off. So my tip is, if you do get this stamp set, to focus on the single one first and then move the other 3 to match. There we are. Yay. So the single one first and then the other 3. There we are. Oh, I almost missed that one. Oh dear. Sorry for the not talking. I'm trying to concentrate. Concentrate. Oh dear. What is that word? I haven't had to do that all week. There we go. Oh, that one's a little bit off, but never mind. There we go. Just take the excess of that red off. So close that up. And as I always like to do, try and get the stamp cleaned as quickly as possible. There we go. Yeah, I did that one, didn't I? And that one. Yep, both done. That's good. Right, so that's the outline of the card, and now we want a sentiment. I was going to do that in real red as well. Oh, come on. That's it. And I've chosen one from the same stamp set. I was going to have a different one, but I thought it might be nice just to use the one stamp set this time. And may your season be merry and bright. So that's the one I'm using, if I can stamp it the right way round. Oh dear. It's lovely to go away, but oh my goodness. It's a bit of a shock to the system when you come home. Right, there we go. So lightly tapping in your ink pad, making sure that you've got reasonable coverage of your stamps, and then just straight down. There we are. There we are then. That's my first offering. It is just stamps, ink and paper, and anyone I think would be very pleased with a card like that. It's just stunning, and it's just three stamps, 2 ink pads and a piece of card. Well, 4 stamps actually. Absolutely lovely. So what can we do to this to step it up a bit? Well, I've changed the colour just a little bit. So we've gone for Cherry Cobbler, which is a slightly deeper red. And then I have played around with the layers. So we're going to have a... Oh, that doesn't look very good. Let me just shave that off. Looks like my blade needs changing. It's just a little bit on the bottom there. I didn't notice that when I cut it. So it's exactly the same size card as we had for the Whisper White, but this is Cherry Cobbler, and then this is a layer that is 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way round. So this would be 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. So that's the layer that we're going to be stamping on. But I thought in stepping it up, we'll have the sentiment on a scrap piece of Whisper White and a punch. And then I thought, oh, white on white, how am I going to deal with that? And I thought, oh, yeah, I could colour the edge or put another... Sometimes you can cut this out in your punch out in a coloured piece of card and then cut it in half and have top and bottom. And I thought, well, no, I want to do something different. So then I turned to my DSP and I found this little scrap of DSP. It is from last year's... plaid DSP, but there are some lovely checkered papers in the Christmas catalogue, and I'll just try and find where they are so you can I can show you. They are just lovely. So they are 57. There we go. Quite a different colourways than last year. But there's some lovely ones there that you could use. This blue one here is gorgeous. And this one here as well. Cherry Cobbler, Melon Mambo, Blackberry Bliss, Shaded Spruce, Pretty Peacock, Bumblebee and Pumpkin Pie. They're the colours that go with the DSP. Plaid Tidings it's called. And there's some lovely ones in there. So this would work beautifully with any of those because we are using cherry cobbler. So I thought we'd put a piece of DSP over the top there. Well, that works fine with the sentiment over the top. That's fine. But then how do I incorporate all of my stamps? Because I want to use the same stamps. So then I hit on a bit of an idea. So let's put those over there and then start stamping on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the same garden green. So we want the garden green outline, which is that one. And what I'm going to try and do is where we had that banner across the middle, I'm going to take the ivy, so the bottom part is just tucked behind that so you get a flourish above. So that's my idea. So let's have a look, see if we can do that. So if we have a flourish sort of about there, so it's not too dissimilar to the one that we had before, it's just changing it round a bit. And then we'll have another flourish coming from the bottom and going this way. Oh, I didn't stamp. Oh, let's have another go. That's it, that's better. So we'll have that one there, I think. So a little bit similar but different. There we go. Okay. So when the band goes across the middle, you're going to hide a little bit of that, but you still get the effect. You've still got some of the... In fact, I could have brought that down a bit further, but never mind, never mind. It is just to give a hint. So that one's nice and clean. So let's go for the fill-in. There we are. And again. There we go. So that's nicely cleaned now. Then the cherries. No, not... I remember the cherries and berries from last time, don't you, Jenny? I got so mixed up with what I was saying. These are berries, not cherries. And as I said, I'm using the darker cherry cobbler to match the cardstock. That's why we're getting confused with cherries and berries. Because we're stamping berries, but the cardstock is cherry. Right, so there we go. That's one. It's a little off that one, but no, that's fine. There we are. It's coming along really nicely now. Oh gosh, look at that. Right, let's get that out of the way. I've just caught the edge of the stamping block there, and if I put that down and press too hard, that'll go all over my lovely card. Don't particularly want that, so get rid of that and try again. So key into the little one, and then the other three should be fine. There we go. Actually, I quite prefer the darker red than the real red. I dare say it's just like everything else. It's what you put with it that that is important. So this here I'm using is a stamp cleaning pad. It just takes just that little extra bit of ink that is left on there from cleaning it in with your chamois. It just takes that just a little bit more pink off of the stamp. There we go. So that's that. So let's get that one out. Oh no, we want to do the sentiment, don't we? Right, so a scrap of Whisper White, and make sure I didn't check to see whether that's going to go in the punch. They are. Yeah, that's perfect. That's fine. So where did my sentiment go? There we go. So here we go. In the cherry cobbler again. Just making sure that that's a nice cover. Right in the middle. Holding it down. Yay. Get that one nice and clean. And you know this one's going to be in the red quite a lot, don't you, really? With Christmas right round the corner. It's bound to. It's going to get a lot of red coverage, this one. There we go. Keep the lid on that one. Right, now we've finished with the stamping, so we can close that up and punch this out. Try and get that into the centre. Oh, wobbly hands again. Oh, come on, Barbara. That's it. There we go. So let's put the card together. So we've just got a layer. A little bit of glue. Oops, come on. So just layering that onto the card. There we are. And then this one's going to go right across the middle. And then that one on top. In actual fact, I just might trim that just a little, just because I can. Just going to trim just a fraction off of each end. There we go. Just to bring a bit more of the ivy through. Now I think that's just nice. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to adhere this down. So this is going to go flat. On there, and I've cut this to exactly the same width as the card because I wanted that gold line to go straight across. So that's been cut at 4 1/8, the same width as the card. And then this is going to be stepped up on dimensionals. Whoops. So we've got one either end. There we are. I don't think we need one in the middle. There we are. So that one's going to go right in the middle, just on dimensionals, lift it up a bit. There we go. There we go. Another lovely card. And I do have some bling, so we can put some bling on the card. These are the holiday rhinestones. They were carried over from last year's catalogue, and they have got some really nice deep red coloured rhinestones here. I thought we might have one or two of these. Oops! Jumped straight off there. I'm not going to do all of them in the red, but I thought I'd just do one or two. And then I'm going to pick up the green, and we're going to have a green up there. And we might have green on here, somewhere there. And we want another one. So let's have another green one somewhere here. That'll be nice. So there we go. A little bit of bling, stepped up card, using exactly the same stamp set, just with a few extras. There we are. Well, I hope you've liked the cards today. I was going to put another piece of Whisper White in here, and I was going to just put the edge of the ivy just in the corner. So I'll do that, and then I can post it so I can show you that I've done that. Yeah, that should look good, I think. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed looking at those and given you some ideas for your own Christmas cards. If you're anything like me, you have loads to send, so starting early isn't too bad. Having one Christmas card a week isn't too much to ask, and then you'll find by the time you get to October, November time, then you'll have a stash all ready to go. So one card a week, that's what I said that we would try to do, and we've had two today, so you've had a bonus. So there we go. And as I've said before, if you'd like any information about these stamp sets, or you'd like a catalogue, please get in touch. If you'd like to order or have the annual catalogue as well, there's some lovely products in there. If you want to find out when I go live, just click the the button on Facebook to say that you want to follow me, and click the bell, and then you'll have notification when I go live, so you can see the other cards I make. Okay then, folks, thanks ever so much for joining me. Hope you have a lovely day. See you soon.